Good morning, TFR.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
It is Tuesday, my dudes.
It is Tuesday, my dudes, and a happy Tuesday to you all. Welcome to the Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio. My name is Josh Corey, and as you may have guessed, I am joined this morning by three very good friends and co-hosts, starting off with Mr. Walter Johnson, Flat Earth Head on YouTube. Walter, how are you?
Good morning, Josh. Good morning, everyone. I am just fine and dandy, and then I type a lovely little hug to our Iron Maiden, Liz, in chat. I put my 3 parentheses, I put Liz with some exclamation marks, and I closed that with 3 parentheses because years back in the old days of instant messaging, before any of these apps and social media were even a thing, that's how you hugged people. I can also do you some roses. That's where I learned how to do the ASCII thumbs up that Bob had shown us not years back, but way back in our chat. So I typed that to our friend Liz. And within seconds, I see it is gone, and it says, message deleted by the Google moderator team. So here's an early morning thumbs up to fucking Google.
Google moderator team, you're number one.
But other than that, I'm just fine. So I guess that explains why when I go to other people's chats and start hugging, and nobody goes, hey, Walt, and I feel like all brokenhearted because nobody loves me. That's why.
I guess
they take my shit away.
That could be.
Is that some kind of gang sign or something I don't know about? Is that some kind of politically incorrect thing? Is that some kind of like, oh, am I making advances?
That's it.
Am I sliding up in those DMs? What the fuck?
Hashtag me too. Nobody wants your unwanted touching, Walt. Yeah, it's a mad world. I don't know what else to say.
No, it was a mad world 50 years ago, or plus years ago when I got here. It was a mad world now. This fucking place now, I can't even, the asylum, the inmate.
Yep.
We know what you mean. Yeah, we know what you mean.
Lucas knows what you mean. Mr. LC King there on YouTube. Lucas, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Yeah. I'm just enjoying Walt's good start to the show.
Came in hot this morning. Hot.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you're doing well. Nice quiet weekend for you.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. We actually wasn't that quiet. I worked all weekend, and then my Monday was a bit of a sort of chill time, but not really because there's stuff to do on Mondays as well. So let's face it was pretty busy. But I hope everyone else had a good weekend, and all the guys in chat, they had a relaxing time. Yeah.
Well, good.
How about you, Josh? Did you have a good weekend?
It's
Did you relax?
Not so much. Not as much as I would have liked. No, I feel like I've pretty much been going since Thursday, really. But I'm hoping maybe this weekend I'll get a little rest, a little nap in. No, we just had housework and yard work to get done this weekend while it was nice, which kept us busy, which is fine. But Esme started like coughing a little, which isn't necessarily unusual for her because that she's just kind of always done that. But then she starts hacking and like puking up bile and mucus and nasty stuff. But then she's doing it every 20 minutes. So we watched her on Sunday and she slept 0 on Sunday night because she was just puking all night. We slept 0 because, well, she was puking all night. So we had to get up and take her to the animal hospital in the morning, yesterday morning. I took her in there and basically sat in the car for 6 hours while she was there in the animal hospital. And turns out she had pneumonia. So we got her on some meds and all that good stuff. And $1,000 later, 4 medications later, seems like she's doing a little better, but it was a little crazy. And then my mom is moving down to my sister's. So over the weekend, I found out that like she already sold the house and we have this week to go figure out what to do with all the rest of her stuff. So I'm back on that train again. Only now it's my sister driving, so it's whatever. So I went over there and loaded up the car with some stuff and finally got to get some sleep last night, which was nice. Only boy was it hard to wake up this morning. But we're here now, damn it. And we want to say hello to Mr. Zachary Zabala. Or Good Times for All. They're on YouTube. Zach, how are you doing, my good sir? Ooh, you might want to unmute before you say hello.
Or talk, even.
Either
I'm
or.
just kidding. I know.
Stupid Skype.
I'm serious. I was about to say, I know that dude has Skype issues more than usual today. So
have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yep. Reset the phone. Yep.
Reconfigure the power coupling.
Yep. Awesome weekend.
have you been in the Jeffries too? No, I'm just kidding. How are you, Zach?
I had a great weekend. The weather's been great. I got over to Karen B's and Ted and I weeded the garden and got all that stuff ready over at her place. Got a big old giant truck full of wood chips. Filled up my garden beds, so I'm happy. Melted some bismuth Sunday. And made those little dome things and then made bismuth crystals with some more bismuth we had left over. It is so cool. They look like little pyramids. It's insane. Yeah, it's fun. And I got to use the rife machine yesterday. One of my buddies has gout. And I was looking, it's been messing with him for like a month. And I didn't even register the rife machine until last week. So I went over yesterday and gave him his first treatment with the rice machine. So I got a guinea pig. Yes, I'm excited. Sorry to hear about everything going on there, Josh. That sucks, man.
Yeah, it'll be all right. That's exciting getting to use the rife machine, though.
I know. I get to go back Wednesday now. I'm going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, give him the weekend. Maybe go back Monday, and we'll just keep doing it until see what happens, See if he gets any better.
Any difference after the first one?
No. Yeah, it takes a few sessions. It says, at least. I told him Friday he had to start drinking nothing but water. I was acting like a doctor yesterday when I was leaving. All right, no coffee, no creamer. You cannot put creamer in your. If you're going to drink coffee, you can drink coffee, but it has to be black. Put creamer in your coffee, it's going to flare your gout right back up, and it's going to hurt. So don't do it. Yeah, I felt authoritative. I'm your doctor
Put
now.
the white coat on.
Yeah. Give me a stethoscope. I have a stethoscope. It's for cracking safes, not for listening to heartbeats, but I have one.
Oh, yeah? Go on.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I got into my lock picking kick phase, I just started buying all kinds of stuff to pick every lock.
Did you miss our lock
And I
picking
tell
phase, Lucas?
I think I must have.
Yeah, I think that was right before you got here, my friend. So yeah, we all kind of
ever
had a
picked a
little
lock?
hand in it. Yeah, you're about to get it though. You're about to get hooked. That's all it
Oh,
I
takes.
reckon
is
I've
one.
tried to
You
once.
pop that one lock that
Yeah.
first time, and you're like, "Oh, holy shit! I can do it. It's easy." And then after that, you're just like, "Yeah, who locked the door? Where? I got you."
Yeah, I had it down to where I was picking locks at work behind my back in under 30 seconds. Like we were practicing
Wow.
that much. Yeah.
That's cool.
We were I mean, some of the locks are super easy. You know, it's not hard. There are hard locks where you have to sit there, and it may take 5 minutes, but 90% of the locks out there you can open with the paper clip in under a minute.
Yeah, right. All right, we'll have to show me a bit of this offline.
Yeah.
I bought me the clear padlock and a set of picks just so I could learn.
It went through the whole team. We all got a taste.
Yeah,
Well, I never
nothing
lock
like that.
anything
I don't know how
around
to-
here, so
I
I
don't
don't
know how
even
to
know where the
explain
keys are to lock the house.
it. It's the neatest feeling that you get when you pick a lock. I don't know how to. It's like inside your body. That I don't know how else to explain it, but
Yeah,
it's a really cool
it's a
feeling.
heavy dopamine drop for damn sure. Heavy. A shout out to John Savage, the originator of that little wave of dexterous demonstrations that we all went through there. Savage! Exactly. I was trying. I was waiting. While we're shouting out, good morning, Brian, Gasky, and Chad. Been missing you, friend. Been missing all your invites. Like, literally, I go to my phone, there's 2, and it's like 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. If you don't get it within 45 seconds, as you know, you don't get it. So, yeah, I'm just not poking in like I was, man. I'm going to get back on it, though, because there's a lot of catching up I have to do. I noticed when I did turn it on, there was all kinds of stuff I didn't even know that was going on. So, I've been kind of out of that, but shout out to you, friend, for sure. Good morning. Rio just got here. Liz, as I said earlier, trying to get hugs and didn't get them. And you know, that really is so frustrating because I do that every chat I go in. Like every chat I go in, I give everybody I know hugs. And apparently that hasn't been being seen for some time now. And it's really frustrating. Sorry, I'm going to stop bitching. Anyway, good morning to you, Allison. And you get a hug as well. Everyone gets a hug. You get a hug. And you get a hug. Hori Sheet, you get a hug. Oh, man, what a crazy day it already is. Did I say Robert yet? Good morning, Robert Page. I see you doubling up on us there, ABCs, this morning, Allison. You can't be getting double hugs. You sure can. You can have all the hugs you want. Diva, did I say you? If I did, I'm saying you again. Ben Flat, there he is. Alexander Lightwater was here early. I saw for sure right after Liz, who was first. Liz gets the first this morning. I know I missed somebody going through this scroll, but I'll go back through in a little while. Thank you all. Good morning. And I'll figure out a different way to hug y'all, I guess. My goodness. Twad Wazzle, good morning. I saw you over there on Twiggy's channel this morning. Did I say that right? I probably didn't. That's not the right name, damn it. Wiggy? Is that the name? Give me the name in chat so I don't screw it up any more than I already have. But I saw you earlier, sir. And you apparently got unsubscribed. Well, the problem is you're probably just now finding us over here on our Iron Real Media podcast backup channel, which is something we never really used and never really promoted because we never really needed it until we were bad little truthers. And Google not only took our hugs away, but took our channel away for a little while. And we won't be back over there on the Iron Media main channel for another month and a half, 2 months maybe. Hell, I don't know. May 2025, something like that. But yeah, until then, we're here on the Iron Realm Media podcast channel.
I bet we beat NASA, though.
We did.
We're gonna beat
Miggy,
NASA to
that's
the moon.
channel. Thank you, sir. Miggy channel is where I saw you this morning. Twad Wazzle. Now, go Zach, sorry.
I was just going to say, we'll be back on our regular channel before NASA gets to the moon.
It'll be a close.
Long before.
Now, that being said, Twad Wazzle, it is possible you were subbed to this channel and were unsubbed to it because, as we know, Google likes to keep your subs, streamlined. They don't want that getting all cluttered up. If anyone can tell you about the cluttering, it's me. Well, I guess and Josh as well. But definitely, they're trying to help. So, and I know I've told you before. If you're wondering, am I subbed to all the people I used to be subbed to? Go to a channel you know and trust, and like the same things, topics, whatever, and go to their subscription list on their homepage. And as you go through their sub list, you will notice, there's one that's red that I used to be subscribed to, or whatever that I used to have. So it'll show you where they've helped you out. Or maybe it does, it may not. I haven't done that in a week or 3. So, hell, I thought I was still hugging people. And here I am, confused and lost with it. So it could completely not be as quickly happening as it used to, or I may not be subbed to anybody. I don't even know. But go check. That's the only way you'll know. I'm not going to do it live, because that makes for less than thrilling radio.
But we still think, Twad Wazzle is probably well up there in YouTube names.
Oh, that's macking it. That's number 1 or 2 at least. And looking awfully gray there on the channel, just as a side note there, Josh, if you're
let me find my
having a minute or 2 to spare. Wow, what time is it? Speaking of minutes or 2,
we got about 9 minutes left.
Cool deal. Good morning to the Alan Holman over there holding it down on the TFR chat. I am so sorry, sir. I did not mention you because I saw you before I saw anyone else this morning over there. And I didn't have a minute to type to you because I was resetting my little, devices here, trying to get in there. He returned to mention that 2 drops of iodine in a cup of water per day can get rid of gout faster than any odd machine. You need to look into Rife machines, Alan, if you're not familiar.
Yeah, and we're in the iodine capital of the country. I doubt Jack is low on iodine.
I wonder if it's an overabundance of it, which could probably have as detrimental effect as, either extreme probably is not great for you. We all know balance is the key.
Well, too much iodine, you'll notice it. It won't hurt you at first because it'll start coming out of your fingertips. You'll notice you'll grab onto stuff and you'll start turning it orange. It's the iodine seeping out through your pores. So that's definitely an indicator that you're getting
an orange,
too much
almost
iodine.
golden hue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at you, Midas.
I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, well, that's interesting. I just thought gout was part of too much acid, so a buildup of acid and not being able to clear it out of the cells. So, but I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on this channel.
What?
Not even on TFR, right?
So I was watching a video of the rover what is that stupid thing called that's flying around on Mars now?
Chopper.
It's
The
Mars
this video
chopper.
was from 7 months ago, and it showed it flying around on Mars with the rover. And it didn't look like CGI. It just looked like Devon Island. But it had the rover there and the chopper flying, and I was like, that's not Mars. This was 7 months ago. That thing wasn't even on Mars 7 months ago. So I don't know if they were showing a test flight or something like that, but it said the rover on Mars or the helicopter doing. I gotta find this stupid video.
Well, I thought we all bitched about the last helicopter landing when it supposedly occurred. Or was that the, maybe that was the parachute touching down? Or was that the bounce one? The one they just bounced down on the surface in some kind of
No, I think it was all of them.
rubber ball? I'm trying to remember. Wait, okay, so the big balloon came out and went around it, and they were, oh, wait, no, that was 2010. Never mind. That was a movie. I'm confused. It's so real. Obviously, because it looks so fake. I don't remember, but I do remember us complaining about the density of the Martian atmosphere not being able to do whatever the fuck it was. They kept, oh, I'm cussing. I am so sorry. They're sensitive ear people. Whatever it was they told us that it did there in the Martian atmospheric area, it didn't do that because it couldn't do that because there wasn't the air pressure required.
Well, that's what, I saw the same video where they were basically had the, created a vacuum and had a little feather and a fan and put the vacuum down, and the fan couldn't blow the feather. So how's a chopper going to work in a place with no atmosphere? That's it. Done and dusted.
That's it.
So did you guys see that Earth has a hidden layer?
I did.
And no one knows exactly what it is.
The new inner layer, the core of the core is what it said, I think.
About 1,800
Wait, what?
miles
I
from the
missed it.
surface of the Earth, and is made of a liquid metal at temperatures of 4 to 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit. At about 3,200 miles below the surface, the core transitions to solid iron and a bit of nickel. Sure. So how deep have you dug into the Earth again?
So they're saying it's solid iron now.
Yeah.
I thought we had a liquid molten iron magnetic-spheric
They're switching it.
turbulent.
Now it's solid at the center, and it's got a creamy,
it was like those
gooey,
chocolates, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, now it's like the hazelnut thing. So it's a hazelnut in the middle, then the chocolate around it, then the cookie part, right? The cookie, and then the little pieces of hazelnut all around that, and that's the mountains. Woo, go Earth.
The iron
And
you
they haven't
need
even made it through the
to get
outside
what you
chocolate
want.
layer yet.
Wait till they hit that creamy nougat.
They haven't even scratched the waxy coating that covers the chocolate layers.
It's not even Easter yet. Shit.
They're talking about 400 miles from the center, and it's just ridiculous. And people, I would have believed this nonsense 6 years ago.
Sure. It's a Cadbury cream egg. Why the fuck not? Sorry. Geez, now I'm doing it. My potty mouth.
Yeah. And I said something before too, so sorry about that.
If we start a swear jar, we'd make some money. Hell. Oh, I see it in the chat already. Ahead of the game, Liz has put a swear box for us. Thank you, Liz. We deserve that. Yes.
Oh, astronomers have discovered the most distant source of radio emissions ever known. They're 13 billion light years away. Okay. Oh, that's
now. Wait, is this out past the star that's somehow older than the universe, or is this near where the Voyagers have crossed into interstellar fantasy space, or where is it?
Yes, or written yesterday, at least. Oh, this artist's impression shows how the distant quasar.
Oh, call Dave! Call Dave! Where's my app?
I won't let me. Well, I'm not saying it, Liz. No more money in the swear jar. Okay. So the name of this distant quasar, P172 plus 18. Oh my goodness. And its radio jets may have looked ding. To date, this is the most distant quasar with radio jets ever found, and it was studied with the help of ESO's Very Large Telescope. It is so distant that light from it has traveled for about 13 billion years to reach us.
That's why you need the little doc Dr. Evil hand signal when you say
So
that.
it is the star that's the one that's further out than the universe is old. I'm so confused about these lies now. I used to could hold them together, at least some kind of fake little ball of crap over here that would make
Yeah, I
some
think
stupid
this is just the furthest quasar that we found so far.
Oh, quasar, not star. Oh, that's where I'm messing up. I'm messing it up. So then we're going to find a neutrino, and then we're going to find a gumdrop. I don't fucking
Bro, I bet we find planets going around them. The stars there.
know. Well, before
See, I
we
think
hit the commercial break and let Chris pay his swear jar for us, shout out to Brian Gaska, whose nephew, 14 yesterday, has started asking some questions. Shout out, Robert. Thank you for that, Brian. Good news to hear, because, man, there have been a lot of people I've come across these last few days who are definitely not informed. Awesome, brother. Glad to hear that. Definitely. But as I said, we're here seconds away because last week our clock was completely off. So we're just guessing on whether no music. Still? See, I must be really early because I've got like 30 seconds right now. Oh, well. Someone else make a song.
There it is.
Oh, wow.
I was only
I'm
about
looking
6
at-
seconds
I'm
off
looking
by
at
mine.
commercial stuff now. I guess it might be me. I'll check.
All right, well, we'll call that the first segment here of the Ironworks. Stick around, Truth Frequency Radio. We'll be right back after these briefest of messages. Who the world knows what's going to talk about on the other side?
Discover the extraordinary powers of intuitive healing with pain transmutation, a method of holistic healing for the human soul, body, mind.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
No hate, no hype,
No fear. Real people. Real radio.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Wake up!
And welcome back to the second half of the first half of the Ironworks right here on Truth Frequency Radio.
Say that 5 times fast.
I can barely say it once.
So my apologies to the Mars people and their Marsiness. Apparently it was the Mars Pathfinder and its Sojourner rover, which led to a Mars landing on January 4th, 2004, when NASA's golf cart-sized Spirit rover bounced to a stop. Oh gosh, sorry. Inside the broad Gusev crater. And if you're looking at my screen on any of the sources on which my screen can be viewed at the current moment, you will see a little acorn cluster there in the middle of my screen. Because I did remember a bouncy baby boy touching down. No parachute, no helicopter blades, nothing but just bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Because you know, physics and inertia and mass. Anyway. Oh, I joke the Mars people.
So that rover was inside that bouncing ball.
Okay, you never saw where they put the kids in the big thing that's the ball and it's blown up and they roll them down a mountain? Come on, man.
Zorb. Yeah, it's a Zorb ball.
I know, but it's just like if it landed the wrong way, on the side, upside down.
Mm-hmm.
So like if it landed by hitting the ground, you're saying, then what?
It's all maths, Lucas. Don't you get it? They calculated the direction in which it would land on Mars already, so they knew how it was going to hit. They just arranged the kickballs in such a way that it landed on them perfectly.
Yeah.
They called Lucy. Okay. She held it just.
Sorry, I should have had that straight in my head. You should have.
Oh, that shows my age, Lucy. I don't even know who that is, do you, children? Holding the football for poor Charlie Brown.
I only remember that from Zach's video.
Yes, Lucas, I'm old. You can say
it. So the rover moved on Mars, they're saying. It went a few feet and turned around and took a picture of the tracks.
Of course, that's what's super exciting.
2 weeks for it to do that. I'm sorry, but you haven't moved the thing at all. It's been sitting there for 2 weeks. They're like, oh, we're running through the all the
diagnostics, the system diagnostics.
Yeah, diagnostic checks. 2 weeks? I mean, we could run diagnostics on machines that were 70 feet long, 13 feet high and 12 feet wide. And we could do the diagnostic in like minutes. We have computers now with sensors that tell you all kinds of stuff. What are they doing for 2 weeks that this thing can't move? I mean, it's just nonsense. I can't believe I didn't see this stuff before. They get you
Well,
wrapped
you
up
know,
in all the, the mysticism of it all, the impossibility of it all, and you're just so enthralled with, that you don't think about it. You don't use common sense.
yeah, well, that's what was for me. Like when I was, you get taught it and then you barely think about it again. You might read a little science article here and there. But when you start stringing them all together like we do, all of a sudden, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So it's only for the passerby, not for someone who actually
remembers.
Gives
stops.
a damn. Yeah.
And I think that's probably why they wait 2 weeks. You just got to let some of that stuff get out of the public memory.
Yeah, they know 2 weeks. Nobody cares now.
Yep. We can blast the news cycle with a whole lot more bullshit to make them forget. So they'll just see some more Mars, Perseverance, kickball, helicopter bullshit and won't even think twice about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, they don't just do it with NASA stuff. They do it with everything.
Did you know the name of ESA's telescope? The VLT. Guess what it stands for?
Very Large Telescope.
Oh, my goodness. At least they didn't name it Lucifer.
Right. You want to save that for the Vatican if they had a telescope.
Oh, wait. They do.
Well, that's not the real. I've heard so many people, well, that's not the real name of it. The Vatican didn't actually name it that.
Maybe. That's what they call it.
Yeah. You can go look it up. It's not like it's hidden knowledge. This isn't occulted, This is what they tell us. Well, it just had these really big, long words for a name, and when it just came out to be Lucifer, we were just like, oh, I guess we'll go with that.
That's weird. Might as well use it. There's no preconceived notions in this word. This isn't a loaded word at all, especially not for us as Catholics. Run with it.
So I have to ask, sorry guys, I'm really carrying this back again because I'm doing little things behind the scenes here. So I'm grabbing a picture of the bouncy ball and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so there's 2 pictures of this thing I can find. Apparently that one you saw and another one maybe 2 or 3 seconds later. And that's all I can find of that bouncy ball thing. And then it hit me. Who the fuck was there taking this freaking picture in the first place? Okay, moving on.
The rover that was supposed to work for 6 months that we sent there 8 years ago or whatever, it's still up there working.
Maintaining the car washes.
Helping with diagnostics.
I mean, they even went as far. Do you guys remember that one? The old rover, how it was like dirty and dusty and you couldn't even see the solar panels? And they're like, oh, look, this sandstorm cleaned off the solar panels. Because, yeah, sandstorms clean all kinds of shit all the time here on Earth.
I'm just waiting for a sandstorm to come wash my car.
And then there was footprints around it that you could clearly see.
Those were sand prints. Come on, Zach. Y'all are not sciencing at all today.
I know. It's those magic downbursts that look just like human footprints that make all those marks in the Martian sand. It's got to be.
Probably just NASA trolling us. I mean, it's obviously going to be downbursts, not going to be footprints, but if we make it look like footprints, we'll get some of them flat earthers talking and we can laugh at them because they thought they were footprints.
Yeah, it's not even laughable anymore. It's beyond laughable. Now it's, kind of irks me a little bit that people, it's not so much NASA either. It's people buying it. I understand. I was the same, I believed it. I bought it. But as soon as someone pointed it out to me and made a logical deduction, like, hey, this thing, it's not there. It's not real. Just think about it a little bit. It's pretty obvious that they're lying. And, I have family members that still believe we went to the moon. And they're not like in their 70s. These people are in their late 40s. telling me, oh yeah, we're going back to the moon here in a couple years. I don't know.
Saying that since the 70s.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the same person. I told him, well, aren't we still waiting for Elon to send those 2 people around the moon from 2017? Do you remember this discussion we had? Christmas 2016? You don't recall telling me, oh, just wait 6 months. They're going to be sending people around the moon. So what happened to that? That was almost 4 years ago now, man.
They're just waiting for the car to come back so they can hitch a ride.
And that's why they're still babbling about this stupid ass space hotel. Without even thinking, how in the fuck are you going to build a space hotel in that amount of time? Let alone get all the permits you need, all the releases you need, get the materials somehow up there, somehow assembled, somehow safe, all in what? 3 years? Quit it. But people believe it. People believe that there will be a hotel in space that they can go up to and stay. Because the news said it. They saw it on the news cycle. The fucking AP put it out. Fox picked it up, gave it to the local news anchors. The local news anchors are spewing this shit out, talking about how exciting it would be. Well, I might not be one of the first 1,000 people to go. No shit. Nobody's going to be among the first 1,000 people to go up there because it's never going to happen. I think it said 2024. I'd have to go back and look. It's somewhere in our pile of lettuce.
Yeah, I restuck it in there a minute ago before I came on, or it may have been right before I went to bed last night, just to remind myself about it. Don't forget, though, everybody, that us grandpas were being promised lunch in space, just like hopping on a plane and heading over to New York for the afternoon, or popping over to Paris for the evening to have your lunch on the plane like you do. And we would be able to do that in space because of the shuttlecraft thing that they were building for us. And sure enough, there's the shuttlecraft. And sure enough, it can land like a plane, even though it's built like a brick with no little wings on it and all that. Anyway, yeah, we've been promised that since the 70s. 70s. What year is this again? Oh, yeah. So I can't wait for that hotel.
I guess what gets me the most is when the rockets land upright. Like they're coming back down and they land upright. I mean, that just is so absurd.
It's beyond absurd for anyone with any mind. I don't suppose you used to play games back in the day, Lucas, by chance, video games?
Oh, I've played video games, yeah.
Well, there was a game on the, it wasn't even Super Nintendo. It was on the NES. It was called Solar Jet Man. And it was basically a little egg-shaped craft that had a jet out the bottom, like these rockets that land upright. And the whole premise of this really well advanced physics-based game way back on NES was you had to fly that egg around, grapple, hook onto things, carry them through this map, land this thing certain ways, and with one rocket to just maneuver this thing against gravity in all these caverns that you were flying around through. I bet Hori remembers it. It was impossible to do. It was the most struggle and rewarding, great game, amazing game. I missed that game. But if you ever play that game for 5 minutes, you will realize the absurdity of landing a fucking rocket on its butt with a rocket jet flame. Oh my goodness. And then go back and watch some of those early videos. I haven't watched any recently, but I know one of the earliest ones. Here comes the rocket, and it lands, and everybody's cheering. There's not one scorch mark on the ground under it. There's not one scorch mark anywhere where this huge fire had blasted out around these buildings it was landing next to at the test site. Not one scorch mark. But it had to be real because it looked so fake.
Yeah.
Solar
So
Jet
true.
Man. Hori did not play it. Damn it, I'm old. You'd have to probably get one of those emulators to do that these days. I don't think I've seen a working NES in some years now. Although I do still have a working Atari, so that It might still be out there. Shout out to our good friend Dawn, who finally got here. I'm just kidding. Who got here to tell us that she and her husband went to the meetup that Dave had over the weekend, and got to meet folks and hang out with some of the flat Earth luminaries, if you will. So yeah, that's awesome, Dawn.
Yeah, if you want to check out any footage of that, go over to Zulu1, all capital letters, one word, ZULUONE, and he's got a few hours of the meetup there. There was a lot of
It's still
people
up.
there.
I was gonna say, I hope it stays up because I missed it. I was busy they replaced all my pipes this weekend, so that's what I did all weekend. Yay! It was good though that they got them done. But that's kind of why I missed everything happening this weekend. I did pop into Globebusters there for a few minutes, though. I had some time when I was messing around with no water to hang out and saw some of you lovely people there. So that was cool. Shout out to
We were
Bobo.
playing with bismuth out in the garage.
Right.
It's fun. Man, that shit melts so quick. It's only got like a 500 and something degree melting point. And because I was using, what you do is you get it molten, the whole bowl, and then you let it harden. And as it's hardening, the crystals start forming on the top crust that's cooler. And you have to get it at just the right time before the whole top hardens and you can't get your tweezers into it. You got to get it just at that right time and grab chunks of it out as it's hardening. And they form these pyramid looking step type, like reverse pyramids, inside out pyramids. It's wild. We're going to get some kilos of this stuff and do it in a big pot and make some big crystals.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like sort of separate from the metal in a sense, or just a different way it forms or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, they form in geodes like that. You'll have bismuth surrounded by rock, and the rock gets real hard and cooked. And then on the inside, that bismuth will turn molten. And then as it starts cooling, it starts forming these crystals.
No, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. And it happens quick. I mean, it happens real quick. And depending on what temperature it is in there, the bismuth can come out looking blue, green, purple, yellow, red. It's like a rainbow almost. And you can actually get multiple crystals to form on one big chunk, and they can all be different colors. Yeah, it's amazing. It's cool if you don't shake it off when you're pulling them out. You'll have these perfect steps with a glob of metal liquid looking stuff that'll harden coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's neat. It's fun to play with. I like playing with fire.
I do too, apparently. So I pulled up some pictures of bismuth that you sent, sir. So let me pull those up real quick. Bismuth.
Yeah, these were just taken with my phone. I'm gonna get some good ones taken
bismuth.
with my.
And I've shared them. I've shared them with you guys before. Now, intriguingly enough, is that a word? Intriguing. I'm vocabulating this morning. Anyway, this came through my feed last night. I'm probably getting all kind of copyright strikes right now. I don't care. Harmonic resonation 999, known as @frequin1530940 on Twitter, sent this around yesterday, talking about counter space energy and how this shape that you can't see it on the screen unless you're looking at my screen, but if you're listening on the radio, it's going to be hard to see. That shape, imagine the step pyramids, but it's the inside of those step pyramids inverted into the sky. You've seen these, they're called lenticular clouds. I've seen them, or if you live anywhere or been anywhere near mountains, you've seen them, maybe not, I don't know. But just very interesting, the shape of this energy source that has been talked about and shown, and there's pyramid pictures with the clouds that have this over it. And then there you go, it is naturally formed by the bismuth as it is cooling. That's just crazy and crystallizing. So yeah, We'll have to look more. What do you know about counter space energy, Lucas? That sounds like an alchemical thing.
Not a whole lot, I'm afraid.
Maybe
Counter
it's more
space
physics
energy.
related. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look
Yeah, I
into
think it sounds a bit new agey.
Sounds a bit NASA-ish to me.
Yeah, it does. That's not new agey, NASA-ish. And all the, quarks and all those little things that they have.
Neutrinos and...
I was just reading one before that you dropped in that show prep. What about the swirl on? That's another one that they've made up.
Well, yeah, you always got to make new stuff up. I'm finding...
I love the one where they have the sorry, Walt, the time traveling. I forget what they call them, but they're time traveling particles, and they leave magnetic footprints, and they've recorded these magnetic footprints, so it's particles time traveling back and forth from.
Are these the time crystals? Or the time crystals something completely different?
I think they are. I think that's what these are. Is a time, the time crystal, the first time traveling crystal they took pictures of, and all it is, it's putting a magnetic. They send electricity through it. I think, not 100% sure. Introduce it to a magnetic field, then remove it away. But the history of the magnetic field keeps reappearing. So
is that what they filled the flux capacitor up with?
It must have been. I mean, this is what I think a lot of the ghosts and stuff are. You're just seeing magnetic fields of people who were there before, and their field is just like They say your magnetic field can sit somewhere for like years. When you walk into a room, you change that room, and your imprint that you put on that room can be there long after you leave. You can leave remnants of your magnetic field places, like it shows that you've been there.
Didn't we cover a story about people reading a history out of mirrors and the images that have been reflected in them some time ago, like 2 years almost ago now?
I don't think I ever heard that, so I'm not sure.
I know we did because it was not long after.
I've just seen a
scene
episode of The Flash where they did that.
That was what I was about to say, because I was like, holy shit, The Flash is real when I read that story. Yeah. Exactly, Lucas. You're on board. So.
Yeah, Flash is real.
Oh, I love it. But that's just,
I got into that one, the first season, real big. And then the second season started, and
well, the second season started, and it got a little wonky. And then whenever the guy became the bad guy, it really kind of went, too obvious.
Yeah, that was
then
like
when
the
monkey
end of the
guy
first
came
season,
in, even though I knew the monkey was from the comic books. Even though
there's
I knew
a monkey guy?
Yeah.
You mean the gorilla? Or?
The gorilla, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't make it that far.
There was a lot of stuff that was in comic books growing up that really they should have just left in the books and not translated it over into the comics. Like, for instance, in the Shazam movie, thank God we didn't have the tiger character, because in the Shazam comic books, there was a anthropomorphic, whatever. There was a freaking talking lion walking around in a suit, and he had a hat and a cane, and that was part of the comic book. That was part of the lore, the canon, if you will, of the Shazam history. So,
who played Shazam on the TV show?
On the TV show, I can't remember, but that was like my Saturday morning jam between Shazam and Almighty Isis.
What? I only know because of Archer.
Oh,
Billy
that
Batson.
was the guy who played Billy Batson, TV's Michael Gray.
Yeah,
TV's Michael Gray. I can tell you who played Billy Batson, but I cannot remember who actually played the adult version when he turned into Shazam, which was
Shazam.
That was like a jam.
I thought that Shazam movie was horrible.
Oh, it was. I'm not defending the movie. I'm just thank God they didn't put Talking Tiger in it as well.
They're great.
That was what happened. So he became a spokesman for cereal. And, you know, I rewatched that movie. God, we have really gone off the field. Well, we only got 2 minutes left of this crap, and then we can get back into some real stuff and serious stuff. But, yeah, I'll rewatch that movie again because it was on one of my little channels. And I was like, you know, maybe it wasn't as bad as I remember. And apparently they're about to do some new stuff with Zack Snyder's whole thing. And maybe DC can finally make a good movie. And this can't really be as bad as I remembered it being because I slept through it the first time I watched it in the theater, slept through it. Yeah, it was bad. And it's that kid. The kid was horribly unlikable. Like, just an unlikable actor. Not, I mean, I'm sure he's a great guy in real life, but as the character and the portrayal of the character, he was just totally unlikable. So from that point on, I couldn't get behind anything after that.
Yeah, because all the actors and actresses are so likable in real life, right, Walt?
Well, you know, I'm trying not to be facetious, but yeah, they're pretty much dicks. Anyway. Well, we have almost eaten up another hour here of our 30 minutes. We have eaten up an hour, believe it or not. Thank you all for hanging out. Shout out to Brian, who says he may be making a trip out this way, Josh, to the mid parts of the country.
Sweet.
I don't know if Arkansas is on the way to you, but it kind of is to me.
I mean, it's a bit south even for me, but
that's what I was thinking. I didn't think it would travel that way, but certainly hit me up, Brian. That would be a nice little joining to the coastal region with you being over here for a little while.
Yeah,
so
Arkansas ain't that far away from Josh. I got to Arkansas in like 3 hours from your house.
From Josh's house or from my house?
From Josh's house.
Really?
Isn't it?
No.
There's Missouri, and then right below it, no.
Yeah, it's about 3 hours
right
to Branson. And then about another 3 hours or so, maybe a little less to Arkansas.
So it'd be about 3 hours. No, I guess it'd actually be from my house to Arkansas. It'd probably be about.
Frequency Radio is your #1 source for news and information without the hate, hype, and fear. We're proud to feature cutting-edge programs like The Christopher Everard Show, The Covert Report with Susan Lindauer, Enemy Within Radio with Tom Barnes, Freaky Friday with the Woo Crew, The Gematria Effect with Zachary Hubbard, America's Evil Genius with Travis Cook, Phoenix Rising Radio with Phoenix, Quantum Connections with Lucky, and dozens more. Did you know you can listen from any telephone by dialing 641-793-7117 or call into your favorite show toll free at 833-TFR Live. Uncensored talk and news you won't hear in the mainstream media. Truth Frequency Radio, your protection from deception.
One more vote on the COVID relief bill. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. President Biden says he'll sign the $1.9 trillion American Recovery Act as soon as I get it. But before that, the House has to agree to the changes made by the Senate, including striking a minimum wage hike. That could happen later today.
The White House is thrilled to be at the cusp of what would be a major win for the president.
Senator Manchin and Senator Sanders and a range of Democrats in between just voted to support a $1.9 trillion package that is the most progressive piece of legislation in history.
Not everyone is so happy about what passed the Senate. Progressives say it doesn't go far enough, especially after a minimum wage hike was stripped out. Republicans point to that price tag, nearly $2 trillion tacked onto the federal deficit, especially when much of the bill goes well beyond COVID relief.
Fox's Doug Luzader. The president plans to speak to the nation Thursday, marking 1 year since the first coronavirus lockdowns. Some of the pandemic restrictions are loosening for people who are fully vaccinated against the virus.
CDC recommends that fully vaccinated people can visit with unvaccinated people from one other household indoors without wearing masks or physical distancing.
Dr. Rochelle Walensky, the director of the Centers for Disease Control, says as long as none of the people in the unvaccinated family have serious COVID-19 risk factors. The doctor's still discouraging all but essential travel. Leading airline and business groups are asking the Biden administration to develop temporary credentials that would let travelers show they've been tested or vaccinated against the virus to help revive travel. New York State.
We believe the time has come.
State Assembly Republican leader Will Barkley says they will introduce a resolution to impeach Governor Andrew Cuomo over the reporting of COVID-19 nursing home deaths and allegations of sexual misconduct. America is listening to Fox News.
Into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception. This is Truth Frequency Radio.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
Exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard.
And welcome back to the second half of the Ironworks, kicking off right now here on Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. Lucas, Zach, Walt, and Josh just hanging out with you this morning. Just doing the damn thing.
Indeed, indeed. Welcome to Laney in chat. Glad you're here. Welcome. Thank you, Brian. Good to have you back around, Brian, for damn sure, friend. Doc Michael joining us, I see as well. Michael Kilpatrick may have gotten here since I roll called, and Dawn showed up, as I said, talking about the meetup, which was pretty awesome from what I'm hearing. I didn't make it to it, but it is an experience for sure. As I can tell you, I've gone to a couple myself. Knowing that folks are aware there's nothing like it, especially when in your daily life, unfortunately, for most of us, we're exposed to a significant number of folks who just seem to be lost. I shared a little story in chat there about a local doctor. Although I don't really think I would go to this particular doctor, and I'm not going to throw names around. There's no point in that. But just, yeah, that apparently is jogging and masks for folks, because that's what you do when you're a doctor. Promote healthful living. Anyway, I didn't want to get into that. Just got sidetracked. Sorry. Definitely good morning to you all, and just glad you're here. I'm glad you guys are here. I don't know. I'm sorry, Zach. What?
I was just going to say, that goes to show even these educated people that go to 12 extra years of schooling or whatever can still go full retard. Sorry.
Actually, those are usually the ones who are really more lost than others, because they've invested so much time, money, and effort into all of the grand lies that we all are encumbered with, that to let those lies go basically breaks their whole reality, their whole personality, who they have built themselves up into being behind all of this edumacation. For sure. But what I was going to say is, I know our buddy Josh came into the show this morning not feeling the best, having had a pretty rough weekend. And I myself, with all the fun of what went on here at my home and all the accompanying energy it brought to it and other things that were going on that I don't need to get into, it was a rough weekend for me, to the point I didn't sleep last night much and really was struggling to get up and to get in here and get ready for this show, thinking about getting up being so tiring and getting in here and the coffee and all the things. And then I get here with you guys and I'm laughing, and it's like all that shit didn't matter, because it don't, because what matters is this. What matters is this love, this energy, this exchange of ideas, this conversation that needs to take place. And unfortunately, as I said, does not take place all too often with the people who are right next to us in physical reality. So I love you guys, all of you, but you guys here really helped me this morning. Thank you.
100% agree. It's, yeah, as soon as you get in here, drag yourself in, and then all of a sudden, yeah, just have a chat about whatever's on your mind. It's great. Yep.
It really is. It's like therapy almost. You know, you don't want to go do it, but when you start doing it, it just feels great. I don't know. I've never done therapy, but, you know, I'm assuming that's what happens.
It's like the widest spread group therapy that there is.
No doubt. No doubt.
Speaking of group therapy,
there's flat.
David Weiss, he talked about it in the last
yeah.
Friday episode. He wants to start doing big, giant Zoom meetings for people who are trying to wake up their families. You can come and bring your family and sit down, and David can do what he does on like the radio show, but everybody there gets to ask the questions. They're family members, you know, and he can go through and flat smack them like he does to all the people who have him on his show, on their shows. You can get
Actually,
up to 100
I joined in the trial version of that today, actually.
Pretty good?
That was cool. Yeah. I was just sitting back, and there was a few other people in there, and yeah.
Yeah, I think
Dave
it'd be
sort
a
of
good
handled it,
idea.
and everything was pretty really chill. So yeah, it was a nice little atmosphere, actually.
That's awesome. But yeah, it's
I
a
think
good
it's going to
way
work
to
well, and hopefully people, you know, there's more of it. And then once Dave sort of sets this off, other people might get the same idea and start their own little, you know.
Yeah, know your
groups
song.
and-
Like, this is just like doing the First Amendment audit stuff. You got to know your song well before you start singing. So even if you're not trying to wake people up, but, you know, right around you, but you'd like to get your song down, like how you want to explain it to people. I like the way David does it. The way he explains a lot of his different, you know, just the way this place works, and picking apart the heliocentric model. I don't know, the way he does it, he does it so people can understand. You know, when we've been in these subjects, these topics, and we've been studying them for years now, we pick up words and stuff like that that common people don't ever use, and when you use them, they kind of just gloss over. You know, so it's a lot of it is about using the right terminology and phrase, almost like you're talking to a child, to keep their attention and drive that point home. Yeah, so you got to know your song very well before you start singing it. That's one of my favorite Bob Dylan lines. You know, I'll know my song well before I start singing.
Yeah, I reckon I need to just start taking notes of what Dave says. That'd be easier than me trying to work it out myself.
Well, there's 180 interviews, you know, on his playlist on the DITRH channel. Yeah, usually every day that's what I do. I go in, see what new ones there are. I don't like the ones that he gets into arguments with them so much, you know, because half those people are just so annoying that, you know, they get common sense thrown into their face and they just wipe it off and start going back into all the NASA stuff. It's like, okay, I can't listen to this. But most of them, you know, 90+%, there's a real connection there with the host, and you start seeing the way he doesn't change it up very little from interview to interview. He might do the order a little bit different or this and that, depending on which questions they ask first. But there's only like 10, 15 questions that people ask. That's it. And there were the same questions we asked when we first heard about it. And if you get his app, he's got all the pictures he uses for his slideshow up there on the app. Great.
Oh,
It really is.
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, just know your song well. Find somebody, it doesn't have to be David, anybody that you like the way that they do their flat smacking, and just watch them do it a bunch with, different people. And it becomes like muscle memory almost. You hear the question and you're like, oh yeah, they would have said it like this. And explained it so, and people understand it that way. Yeah. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Isn't it?
And
I'm trying to learn how to electric flat smack the flat earthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole
That's
different
tough.
That's a different level of
Like you were talking about the battery thing, you made it and you thought, oh, this is awesome. This is just going to blow off. And then it's been years, right? It's been years since I've been pushing this electricity stuff, Lucas. I think I made my first video on it back in 2017. So yeah, oops. Yeah, it's a
that was
it's a battle.
It was all electrons moving and doing things.
Electrons, I love that.
It's really like kind of that thing where we've talked about it before. It's happened here, literally on this show, where we get to the point where we have, we know the things we know here. We've gotten past dealing with them here. We know them. They're knowledge in us, knowledge. They're not just maybe this, maybe that, oh, whatever. You've gotten past all that. Now, you don't have the answers. You don't have the figures or the equations or all that. You know what you see and experience on a daily basis cannot be denied any longer. So that's in you. So then going back to the stage one of like, yeah, but NASA, and but I saw the boat go over the shoreline or whatever. It's sometimes in your head, and that's again where it's all fucked up. You think, I don't want to go back there. I'm past that. I've done that. I'm tired of talking to those trolls. And they're, well, the problem is they're not always trolls. There are people like Brian's nephew. And there are people like I heard this morning over there on the Mickey show. Shout out to Wad Wazzle again. New folks. Apparently they had a Discord set up there. I'll put the link to Miggy's channel there for you. I just dropped it. So hearing the new people come in, ask the questions. Those people on that panel, I don't know them yet, so I can't call out names. You'll have to do that for me, Twad. But definitely handled themselves excellently, calmly. No screaming, no yelling, no name calling, nothing ugly, positivity, planting seeds, person on the call literally saying, wow, I think I'm turning to a flatty even as we're talking. So go back to that kernel of that original quest, that original question, that original, what am I doing here? Whatever it is that made you arrive here, because there's still somebody who's trying to find that link, that path, that seed, that magnet question, that electric question, that whatever it is. Going to the meetup refreshes it for damn sure, as Dawn can tell you. Seeing new folks handling things in a new way, making you remember the way it was. I don't know, just energize and get it going again, because we definitely have had a lot of complacency. I think that's a lot of what this last year of go sit in your house has been about, creating that complacency, even in us who should be the last ones to be that complacent.
That's beautiful. Wow.
Just rant. Shout out to the manifester. Welcome. I'm all up in the chat this morning. Sorry. But I love it. I'm glad you guys are there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you definitely get the urge to, want to spread the knowledge that we've come across, and it's good to. I try and do it every chance I get, even if it's old contact lists or something like that.
Right.
If I don't see anyone, you just gotta. Hey, what about this? Check it out. Here's a little video from taboo conspiracy. I mean, that guy's got some absolute rockers, doesn't he? Does a good job.
Yes, he does.
And this is a different type of knowledge, I think, is why it's so, there's that drive to share it, because it's not just knowledge. This isn't something that we've discovered, new and are trying to, show to the world. This is a lie that is being perpetrated upon everybody. It's not just a, hey, this does this because of that, or this. No, this is, you are being lied to on a massive scale about so many things. But so many of these lies are hidden to where you cannot research them and find them, the real answers. But this is that one they can't hide. This is the ground we walk upon. And it's
the pinnacle, isn't it? And once you sort of see it, it actually can unravel all the rest of the lies. That's the thing. And like you said, it's provable. We can, it's very easy to prove. And from that, the whole thing comes unraveled.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes it so easy to see other lies as well. Now that you know that these people are capable of lying on such a grand scale, it's not hard to believe that they're lying about all this other stuff.
Yeah, Flat Earth is the big encyclopedia.
And lied to us so young too. That's the other thing that's really, from day dot. Sorry.
It's the Santa Claus lie that never ended.
Uh-huh. And I think it's the Flat Earth. It's like that big encyclopedia that gets dropped down on the table in the library and just shakes everybody awake. And we're like, oh, what the hell was that? I've been engrossed in whatever this is right in front of my face for hours and hours and hours. And all of a sudden it took a big loud noise to remind me that, oh yeah, I'm living in this reality right here, right now, where the sun's shining outside and I'm just stuck here in this quiet little library. What the hell is that big ass noise? That's what the Flat Earth is. It wakes you up. It brings you back to where you should be in your head, thinking, well, wait a minute, let's take a look at this. Let's test it. Let's see what these people are saying. Fuck it, let's see what everybody's saying and see what pops out the most realistic. What sounds, what resonates, what is logically deduced to be real. And Flat Earth is just inevitable.
Yeah, well, no longer anybody crazy until I've done my due diligence and looked into it properly.
And for me, it stands for like a coming back to reason in whatever, from that place, then you can analyze things reasonably. So, it's not just, here's the knowledge and go about your day. It really is a, like you said, an awakening or a coming back to reason and starting to switch on and say, well, analyze every piece of information that comes to you now. Is it real? Is it not? And just by that mere fact of analyzing that, you're working that muscle, aren't you?
And that truth discernment muscle is one of the ones that they just wear out so early, as you say, between Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and Paul Revere and Mary, what was her name, the flag chick? Anyway. Between all that crap, you just start having to go, yeah, whatever, it's all, whatever they tell me is good. And TV says it's good. And yeah, whatever. And just, oh my goodness, that's it. I mean, they're content with the lie. It's a comfort and the ease of not thinking. And as Robert Page says there in chat, I always ask people, are you okay being lied to? Most people seem to not care. Most people are too lazy to care or think. But Robert perpetually dropping hints of truth to break away that indoctrination. Yes, sir. That is the key. Just don't let up. Or, unfortunately,
also,
there's a point you do have to let up, or you lose people that you don't want to lose out of your life. Sorry, go right ahead, Lucas.
And also, I think it's a way forward, And that's one of the main things. It's a way forward for humanity to actually, once they get to this point, then it's like, what's next? And from there, I think that's where we're really gonna, take off. Once enough people realize the lie and, get their heads screwed on straight about things, and then there's a point to move from. But before we're just on this spinning, going nowhere, basically.
And as I'm actually playing a little bit of catch up there in the chat, it looks like there are requests perhaps to call in. Is that something we have set up? I don't even think we have the call line open at the moment, unfortunately.
I do have the call line open. I made sure I
shut
popped
up.
the call line in at the beginning of the show. I thought,
I didn't notice it pop in. I completely missed it. Well, you guys know what to do then, I think.
well, there was a chance Allison was going to call in too, so I wanted to make sure I had it open just in case.
Word. Well, Dawn is currently being encouraged in chat to give us a call. The number is 213-233-3998. As always, there to call in. There's the 833 TFR Live. Is that correct?
I do believe that is correct, sir.
As well. But yeah, 233-3998. Area code 213-233-3998. And that's how you get us. Now, I realize that we are now approaching, a break in about 5.5 minutes. If you're willing to sit through it with us, you can call now. But if you want to wait till after the break, that's understandable as well. But the lines are open. We are 33rd caller in 33 minutes, and you could. No, I'm kidding. I couldn't help it. I had to. Oh, man.
So yeah, it looks like the gases above are starting to illuminate a little bit. It's a bit overcast here, but yeah, the sun appears to be coming around again. It's going to be a good day. My neighbor, she's awesome. I think she's mid to late 70s, somewhere out there. We were talking yesterday in the backyard, letting the dogs play a little bit, and I had brought that up. We were talking, it's such a beautiful day, and this and that, and it's supposed to be nice all week. And I told her, I was like, I don't even mind what the weather is down here. It doesn't get super cold like up north, and I don't mind the heat. I was like, as long as that sun comes around every day, it's a good day. And she was like, man.
Right? Hells yeah.
She gets it, It's all about what you make it. Some of my favorite days have been rainy, crappy days where I was forced to stay inside and, something cool happens.
A friend of mine in college, one day I was in the line getting food, breakfast, whatever, and it was kind of a rainy, funky day, and I was expressing that rainy and funkiness in my attitude about things, and he stopped me and said, you know what, right above all that cloud crap, there's still a bright old sun shining. And I was like, oh yeah, let's keep that idea. Real quick, shout out to Spoon Man, hanging out with us on the TFR chat. I'm together with your plan, friend, for damn sure. No one else. Anyway, there you go. I knew we had someone that would know some good jab on this panel.
Man, they could have done. I thought their Unplugged was the best.
I got to see that live
The
on
Alice in Chains Unplugged.
stage.
That was ridiculous. They took that hard, heavy stuff and played it all acoustic, and it sounded awesome. Can you imagine some of the bands back in the day before, in between the electricity hiccup that we had there? From whatever we had before to the stuff we're using now, that transition. Right. I bet there were some awesome musicians that were like, man, all we got is this acoustic crap now. What are we going to do? Made some really cool stuff.
It's grandpa's guitars.
It's grandpa's guitars. Squishcar is Am's dick. That's out there for all the metal watchers. That's out there.
Dropping some deep cuts this morning. I love it. Oh, man. Well, I'm guessing she's going to wait till after the break to give us a call. I'm looking at the call board, and it's not lighting up yet.
Robert Page in chat says, fear puts you in a bad state to make wise decisions. We've talked about Remo Williams a time or two here.
Yes, we have.
Fear,
you breathe like a baboon.
Fear is a feeling. It cannot kill you. You feel hungry. You feel afraid. You feel happy. The feelings will pass. Same with fear.
Nice. Haven't seen it. Go watch it. It's one of those Princess Bride type. You know, I wasn't young when I saw it, or I wasn't older when I saw it, and it wasn't really a movie made for children so much, but it's one of those that just sticks with you. You'll never forget it once you see it. I just watched The Princess Bride the other day. That's why that popped into my head.
And you saw the ROUS in there?
Yeah, the rating.
Fear is nothing more than a feeling. You feel hot,
Yeah.
you feel hungry, you feel angry, you feel afraid. Fear can never kill you.
Sorry, it's 21 seconds. I didn't know how much I was going to get into, but that was the little spiel there.
Nice. I was
Isn't
looking
that
it
when
up.
he's-
Even as you played it, I was struggling to find it also.
That's when he was up on the Statue of Liberty, wasn't it?
On the ledge. He was running around the ledge of the building.
Running the ledge of the building. Nice.
All right. Well, that's going to kill it for the first 3 quarters of the Ironworks. Stick around for the very last and final. Coming up right after this. Stick around.
Extendivite, a 7-herb combination made from garlic, cayenne, hawthorn, bilberry, ginkgo biloba, valerian, and milk thistle. Extendivite feeds our body with the right nutrients to keep us healthy. Just listen to what Arthur has to say.
I was just calling to tell you what a great product you have. I had used this about, 10 years ago after I had congestive heart failure. And it fixed me up and got me going for the last 10 years. Lately, I've been having heart trouble again. So I placed another order because this was the only thing that ever worked. And I just wanted to let you know that you have a great product.
To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Do you want to lose weight but have no idea where to begin? The Fast Start Diet, a 3-day weight loss plan, is the answer. 3 days of nutritionally balanced, calorie-restricted meals delivered right to your door. No shopping, no measuring, and no cooking. Everything is prepared for you and ready to eat at home or on the go. The Fast Start Diet has all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting without starving. We've helped thousands of people who have struggled to reach their weight loss goals. Isn't it time we helped you? With the Fast Start Diet, you'll lose weight and feel great.
Find us on Amazon or go to faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER to get $10 off your first box. As a special bonus, we will include our #1 rated Lipo3 appetite suppressant spray free with your order. Whatever your diet plans are, start with us at faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER.
Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death. This is Uncle Walt from the Ironworks. Josh, Corey, and I have chosen to look at life with no fear. No fear of the unknown. No fear of questions about the supposedly well-known. No fear of ridicule for thinking outside the familiar fool's lines. No fear of the boot on the neck of those refusing the party line. No fear of taking on those so convinced of their beliefs they would sooner drink the Kool-Aid than believe they've been fools made. In this world filled with me too, cattle think, can truth's protective layers be peeled back to show the tender, juicy pink? Are we all just grist for the mill? Souls sold against our will, or is that just how it feels? When you're filled to the rim with TV so fear-filled and grim, break clear of the fear right here. Tuesdays and Fridays at 2 a.m. on TFR.
Josh and I and you will hammer out the impurities of technology-driven groupthink, fold in a dash of logic, and quench it all with a bit of absurdity. The Ironworx. Break free of the fear.
No hate, no hype, no fear.
You're listening to Truth Frequency Radio.
We are TFR.
Here's a message of importance to millions of people who are continually pale and washed out, weak and run down. Doctors will tell you that these conditions are often caused by a deficiency of iron. The iron you need to keep you physically fit and mentally alert. Medical studies show that 2 out of 3 women and many, many men lack the daily iron your body requires in a form your body can easily use and put to work. Every dose gives you more than your daily minimum iron requirement.
We are awake, we are the way. We are not alone. We are striving for more.
So if you're not getting the iron your body needs, if you feel weak, run down, and are easily upset, start taking iron today.
And welcome back. Fourth and final segment of the Ironworx kicking off right now. Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. He's just chilling.
If I can, I'd just like to bring up an event that's happening here.
Yes, would you please?
Let me check my Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac clock app. There are 17 days and 1 hour to the Solar Return Festival in Greenville, South Carolina, March 27th and March 26th. The festival will not be being held on the 26th in the Shriner Hall. That will only be Saturday the 27th. The 26th, though, the Friday right before, will be across the street at the little pavilion in a park there. We're going to be grilling out and playing music and just hanging out all day long. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We have it the whole day. It's going to be a good time. There's going to be hundreds of people there, all smiling faces, no masks, and lots of hugs to be had. So if you want to be out there in an environment where there's like-minded people that are awake and willing to listen to just about anything you have to say. Come and hang out. It's going to be a blast. That's Greenville, South Carolina, March 26th and 27th, right at the Shriner Center. You can find information at flatearthfestivals.com. Yeah.
Link will
hang out.
be
It's gonna
in
be
the
fun.
show description, and it's currently dropped there in the chat. I believe I hear a phone ringing somewhere in the distance.
I believe you're right. Let's see if we can't figure out where that's coming from. Good morning, caller.
Hi,
Well, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, you know.
Hey, Don.
Good
Hi,
morning,
Don.
lovely lady. Good morning. Good morning. So glad you could call and join us this morning.
Same.
So what was it like? Was that your first meetup?
Yeah. Yeah. They're
Was it-
always too far for me. Trip. It would have to be something that I would plan to go to, like the Solar Return or something. But I was excited. This one was in Connecticut. I'm like, I'm going. Yeah, it was fun. When we first got there, it was kind of confusing. Everybody was standing outside, just like looking around at each other, but there were so many people there. It was a little overwhelming at first. But it was great. There was so many people, and then everybody went in, started talking, started eating, and it was just a really great time.
How long did you guys stay?
We stayed till about 4:30. I wish I stayed longer, but my son ended up calling me, needing me, so I had to go. But
Beauty
it
call.
went on for a long time. Yeah. It went on for a long time because I seen another video for a couple hours after that. So it was good. Everybody got along. It was like, yeah.
So was
nice
it
to, like, so many
everything that
people
you
who
expected?
believe- Yes. And more. I just wanted to, see how many people were around me that thought this way, and it was great to see how many people there were, and they were all normal, normal people. So,
Yeah, you're not sure what you're gonna run into, going
right.
to these things. And you get there and it's like everybody's pretty much dressed normal, and like at the real big conferences that they had, you'd always have the Jimmy Kimmel person come walking through all dressed, like an idiot and stuff like that. But at these smaller meetups, you don't get stuff like that,
No.
Everybody looks normal. Everybody.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was nice. It was just it was just like a big party, It was great.
Yeah, I always call it the family reunion that you want to go to.
Right. Absolutely. And what else? It was just Dave did like a little speech about the flat Earth and all of that, and he said that I guess we were supposed to bring somebody who didn't think like us, so we could try to convince, and nobody did. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Like we all thought the same way, so it was nice though. Everybody, just got along, and it was just a good time.
Were you super tired after it was over?
Yeah, just from being overwhelmed. Yeah, I was
Yeah, it's
pretty
like the
exhausted.
adrenaline wears off and you're just like, oh my God, what was that?
Yeah. I mean, this one was a little bit shorter, it wasn't like all day or anything. So it was just, quick little couple hours, but it was cool. We ended up running into somebody we knew, which was funny.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it was kind of cool. Like, we were like, oh, we didn't know you thought like that. There's a lot of people that don't tell you how they really feel. It's amazing.
It is amazing. Yep.
That's really awesome.
Did you make any new friends?
What was that?
Did you make any new friends there?
Yes. One, and I do feel badly because one guy asked for my number, and I did see that he tried to text me, and I was going to text him back. My phone crashed yesterday. So I doubt he's listening, but his name was Jonathan, and I know he did send me a text, and I feel bad because I can't text him back because I lost it, and my phone crashed, and I lost
He didn't have a Jersey accent, did he?
No, it wasn't him. No, it wasn't Jonathan from Jersey.
I'm being silly. I was just being silly.
Yeah, no, but he was cool. He he did have a screen name that I recognized. I think he was one of from the chat room kind of people. But yeah, Zulu One was there, so I got to meet him, and I mean,
He gives the best hugs.
Yeah, YouTube famous anyway. But yeah, it was good. I liked it. I had a good time. I met a lot of people. It was nice.
So you planning your own meetup anytime soon? Is it giving you the?
Well, yeah, it was. We have I mean, it's not our campground, but we have a place at a campground, and that would be the perfect spot to have one if we were going to have one in Connecticut again. I don't know. I just thought, if I could collaborate.
Well, I'll
maybe
say
with other
this
people.
for sure, Dawn. And while you have that burning in you, make it happen. It is something that eventually, because life goes on and things happen, or I guess because things go on and life happens, that fire does get damped down a bit with realities of the world that we're dealing with. So while that's burning in you, make the move, get the people together, call who you need to call. Definitely let us know, and we'll pump it up and get folks over there for you. Because man, there's nothing like that feeling of meeting up with the folks, especially like you just had it happen, folks right there. You didn't realize that right there that you could have been talking to all this time, and they're right there. So yeah, do that.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and it's always good to find people around you. I mean, it was easy for us because we had, we knew Karen B before we moved out here, but we've met a few flat earthers that we met at, festivals and stuff, or just online in the chats, and they're like, hey, we live pretty close. You guys want to get together and hang out? And yeah, it's get to know these people and hang out, get together at least once a month. Just share a meal, break some bread. It's important to have that community type atmosphere. So if things actually did get bad, you have people you can trust that you can pull together with. And yeah, I mean, we're all flat earthers. Let's try to start at least small little groups of flat earthers that are close together. So when if it gets crazy, we can unite and feel comfortable around each other. It's not a stranger anymore.
Right. That's important, right? Have friendships and camaraderie. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, that's super exciting, Dawn. I don't want to rush you off here, but I see we've got another caller on the line behind you.
I know. She started a trend. Look at you, girl.
To hop in. Yeah, you did.
Thank you so much, lady.
Well, that's good.
We love you. Hug that husband. Tell him we love him too. And
all right, thank you
anyone else that you want to hug, tell them we love them.
Thanks, Dawn.
I will. Thank you. All right. Take care.
Love you, Dawn.
Love you too.
And then we have another caller here from Anaheim. I'm pretty sure I know who this is. Good morning, caller. How are you? Oh, I got remuted. Then let's try that again. Good morning, caller. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Go. I'm just doing absolutely wonderful. And I know these tones, those dulcet tones of Brian Gasca. Good morning, Brian. How are you?
What's up?
What's going on,
my friend?
What's up, fella? Missed you, friend. Glad you're hanging out.
Yeah.
How's things
I'm glad
over there?
to be here.
That's it.
You
How's
sound
things
good,
over there?
man. You sound good, brother. It's good to hear your voice.
Absolutely.
Like yeah. So what's been going on, man?
Oh, just fucking. Oh, sorry. I used the F word. I got to throw some change in, right?
That's it. Caller,
not as
we're going to
much
have to
as
ask you to
Josh.
watch that language. It's good that those seeds have been planting or growing, though, man. I'm glad to hear that about your nephew, Brian, for damn sure, man. Tell him come hang out with us one day. We're here a lot of times.
I want to get him on because he's asking questions about the flat Earth.
Absolutely.
And And can I just say hi, Lucas?
Hi. Nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you. So I just want to express my love to you guys. I love you guys all. You guys are my family. Everybody in chat, just I love you guys. You know, thank you for a good 3 years that I've known you guys. So, come on.
Right back at you, brother. Think of you often. Even when you're not sending me Pokemon raid requests, I'm thinking about you, friend. So definitely sending you lots of love and glad you're good. And always, man, always welcome. Give me a call. Holla at us. You know that.
Yeah, well, I had to reset my phone, so I lost you and Josh's number.
We'll fix that. We'll fix that here in just a few minutes, actually.
Well, it's fine. Everything with Flat Earth has brought so many people like I never thought. Like how do I say it? Okay, I'll say it. There's this girl that I work with, and I think I told you guys about this. And I'm like, hey, is the Earth a sphere or is it flat? And she's like, it's flat.
Can't beat that.
Yes,
All
indeed,
right.
sir. You surely did.
Yeah, just a few years ago, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been rare. It might have happened, but it would have been rare. And even if they did think it's flat, they probably would have said, "Oh, it's a sphere." But everybody, even people that aren't the diehards like us, they're okay to say, "Yeah, I think it could be flat." They may not make a definitive statement, but it's getting somewhat common to hear people saying, "Yeah, I don't know if it's a ball." So yeah, it's definitely changed big time, man.
Yeah, and like I'm like, how did you learn about this? She's like, it was taught to me in high school. And I'm like, holy fuck, really?
So maybe there are some really good teachers out there that aren't as scared to talk about this now. Because I know the little tiny town I moved to, I didn't grow up there or anything, but I had moved there. The physics teacher that taught in that town for over 20 years, Mr. Watts was his name. He offered an A in his physics course if you could prove the Earth was spinning or round, like a ball, spherical. You just got an A. You didn't have to do any work, nothing for the whole year. And he offered that to every class. So he was trying to plant the seed, but he couldn't come out and teach it.
Right.
So this is
That's cool.
Teachers are actually coming out and saying, "Hey, you guys, we're told this and this and this, but it could be this. It's sounding like it." They're educating our children properly. I'm sure it's not every teacher, but there's some teachers out there that could be doing it. And hats off to them. Thank you. That is awesome, Brian. That made my day. Learned about flat Earth in high school.
Yeah, and it totally blew my mind because like it was the first question I asked her, even though we talked for a few months, and I just hit her with it, and yeah, she said, "Yeah, it's flat," and I'm like, "Holy fuck!"
Isn't that wild too? You guys were talking for a couple months, and the topic never. So people, you could meet somebody and be friends with them for years now, and they might be flat earthers, and you just never asked.
I'm sure there's lots of folks out there who don't have whatever that gene or whatever it is in us that when we hit that brick wall, logically, instead of turning away and going, oh, that hurt. No, we just keep pounding our freaking head against it is what we do. Because most people, when they hit that brick wall the first time, or their family goes, you're crazy if you think the earth's flat. They don't ever say that shit again out loud. And then some of us make a show and keep doing it all the time. So definitely you'll be surprised to find out folks that you talk to every day are hiding a little secret because they don't want to get bit again. They're gun shy at this point.
Yeah, I learned.
Well, with my nephew, he's like, how do I bring up this flat earth thing? So I showed him a few videos, like with a Nikon P19.
That one.
The Nikon P.
That one.
And he's like, how does this happen? I'm like, because there's no curve, right? How can these people with these cameras zoom in and out if there's no curve? He's like, holy hell. Right? I mean, how do I fully
you won't
tell
fully
him?
You're not going to really be able to fully tell him. Nobody is fully told. Again, you can plant the seeds and you can put a little water in there, but it's pretty easy to overwater it. But it's one of those things that all those cogs and gears are going to have to click into place for himself. You can't try to force all the gears into just the right position and then poof, the earth is flat. As much as we'd like to for everybody, I think it's best just to show them that there's cogs and gears there and let them realize that once they are in line, it'll be there waiting for him. It's just a matter of, again, learning to break that conditioning and waking him up just enough to see. We've got about 5 minutes left before we end the show. Let's just bring another caller in here since we've got him on the line. Hello, out of Arizona. Good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, I just wanted to say hi, Zach, Walden, Josh, everybody on the Ironworx. Oh my God, first time caller, long time listener.
Good morning.
No idea who I am. Good morning.
And to whom are we speaking?
So I wanted to give you guys, just want to give you a Hori Sheet Show hello.
That was pretty good.
Love you guys.
I was 90% sure for about the first 5 seconds that was you, Hori, but after that I had to start to question. Like, no, I'm not so sure.
Because at first I knew it was you, and then it was like, wait, what's going on here? Oh shit.
Oh shit, right. And I had the Arizona like Sun Valley girl. Hi. Yeah. I've been messing with people, man. I found it a lot more entertaining for me to get on like chat roulette and Omegle, and now I don't even have to wear the wig. I grew my hair out long enough, so I actually look good with the regular filter. It's hilarious. I had my cousin over last night, and I was just drinking shots, and I was like, dude, let's mess with people. He's like, okay, and oh my God, I just had him rolling laughing. And yeah, man, I make a really hot chick with these filters. It's so much fun.
Oh my goodness. Oh, too much.
Yeah, I mean, I got all kinds of, look, I got all kinds of tricks up my sleeve to capture attention. That's really what I've been doing that leads people into the flat earth conversation. So, like, if I could do it with, me in a news studio and kind of wowing them, well, the hot chick will always get somebody's attention.
Absolutely, sir.
So I'm pretty sure I'll be flashed back into the hot chick soon enough.
We need to see the hot chick driving Elon's Mars car, sir. That's what we need next.
Can you imagine like me convincing a guy as he's flirting with me? He thinks I'm a chick, and then we just go into a flat earth conversation, and I kind of blow his mind with that, and then I blow his mind and say, I'm really a dude, bro. Like, can you imagine that double mind F?
Yeah,
I think that might be the. What's that? I'm sorry.
I just said some things you can't unsee, bro.
And that's how NASA fools you.
I know. I'm too hot as the girl with the filter. I can't unsee that. So when I turn it off, I'm like, oh no. No, I just wanted to call and say, I gotta come on and talk about astral projection with you guys one day, and energy and consciousness.
Absolutely, man.
Still thinking about that, guys.
I saw your comment earlier in chat about those topics about making choices before we get here. We definitely need to get you on and have that conversation, friend. Let me know. You know where we are.
Yeah, man. Stick it on the grill and we'll cook it.
We'll marinate it a bit. That's it. All right, my friend. Well, thank you for calling.
Indeed.
For sure.
All right.
Brian, thank you for calling, my buddy.
Yeah, always a pleasure, Brian.
Much love, guys. Take care.
Yeah. Love you, gentlemen.
Love you guys.
Love y'all.
Thanks.
Thank y'all so much. We got to open the lines up a lot earlier from now on because, man, who knew it would open the floodgates like that? That's awesome, guys. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Yeah, we do appreciate that.
Well, damn.
Love you guys.
I love you, friend.
Go ahead and add a
And
little
I
bit to the
popped you a
coin jar.
text over there, so you'll have me again. Well, for sure, somebody is dropping that money for their cussing. I appreciate it.
That's me,
And
just in
Liz,
case.
appreciate it.
I got to get a couple in there, just
Oh, because this is the morning for it, but definitely, apparently, we needed to get it out. So, thank you guys for letting us use your ears for a little while. We appreciate the hell out of it. I'll stop hugging y'all without asking first in chat.
You know what? Not only that, I was listening to that promo there, and I think, Walter, you were the precursor to the hashtag Me Too movement.
I think I was Uncle Walt, man. Who knew?
Uh-huh.
Who fucking knew?
In this Me Too type of echo chamber in which we live.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry I formed that. Love you guys. Thank y'all so much. Truly. Thank you.
Love y'all.
It was his absolute awesome Tuesday morning. Great way to start it off. Way to decompress from a weird, strange, stressful few days. So thank you all so much. Be sure to tune in right back here for Friday morning's episode of the Ironworx, right here on Truth Frequency Radio, TFR Live, and the Iron Roll Media podcast channel. They're on YouTube and across the plane, Twitch, D-Live, Facebook, Twitter. You can probably find us a few other places. Anyway, in the meantime, Zach, Walt, Lucas, and Josh saying goodbye. We'll see you later. Be good. Be well. Bye-bye.